Sun dips low on the warehouse line. Another day's time punched on the dime. Got grease on my knuckles, gritting my soul. Sound of the generator taking its toll. Lever clicks down, the conveyor belt sighs. Just dust motes dancing in my tired eyes. The air gets heavy, the silence gets deep. I promise the rhythm is about to keep. And there it is, the shifts and whistle blowing long and low. A signal to the weary man, it's time to let it go. Drop the hammer, kill the lights, walk out to the cooling air. The shifts and whistle says there's nothing left to bear. Boots on the asphalt, a familiar sound. Parking lots empty and all around. Headlights cutting through the falling gray. Every truck here's seen a better day. My own is waiting, patient and still. Just a turn of the key is all that's real. And there is a shifts and whistle blowing long and low. A signal to the weary man, it's time to let it go. Drop the hammer, kill the lights, walk out to the cooling air. The shifts and whistle says there's nothing left to bear. Same sound yesterday, same sound tomorrow. A shared release from a common sorrow. It ain't about joy, it ain't about pain. It's just a steady rhythm in the sun and the rain. And there it is, the shifts and whistle blowing long and low. A signal to the weary man, it's time to let it go. Drop the hammer, kill the lights, walk out to the cooling air. The shifts and whistle says there's nothing left to bear. Yeah, the shifts and whistle echo in the haze, breaking the spell of these working days. Turn the ignition, let the engine moan. That whistle sings, I'm finally headed home. Headed home. Yeah, headed home. Headed home. Crack just an inch or two. Let the cool night air come pushing through. The engine hums a familiar drone. Out here you're never really alone. Got the ghosts of the white lines flying past, and a shadow that's growing long and fast. Yeah, the gauges glow with a soft green light. Another prayer to get me through the night. It's a life lived in diesel and dust, in a worn-out seat and a quiet trust that the road will hold till the morning sun. And the work ain't over till the mileage is done. Just diesel and dust, it's the air I breathe. A promise made and a reason to leave. Coffee's bitter, but the thermos is warm. A small defense against the coming storm. Not a storm of rain, but a storm of thought about the things things you lost and the things you bought with long haul hours and calloused hands across these forgotten hard-worn lands. It's a life lived in diesel and dust, in a worn-out seat and a quiet trust that the road will hold till the morning sun, and the work ain't over till the mileage is done. Just diesel and dust, it's the air I breathe, a promise made and a reason to leave. Chase gold in a city of glass. I watch the seasons and the flatlands pass. There's an honest truth in the vibration of this heavy rolling foundation, and it's a life lived in diesel and dust, in a worn-out seat and a quiet trust that the road will hold till the morning sun, and the work ain't over till the mileage is done. Just diesel and dust, it's the air I breathe, a promise made and a reason to leave. Yeah, diesel and dust, on the wind it's carried for the souls of a road, the lost and the married to the rumble of the chrome and the rust. Living on faith and diesel and dust. Diesel and dust, mile after mile. And bleeds from orange into gray, a final silent whisper from the dying day. Every power line becomes a stark black wire, a cold silhouette against a fading fire. The dashboard clock casts a pale green gleam, letting me get lost inside a waking dream. The air gets thick, you can almost feel the weight of every choice that led me to this gate. And the engine's ticking, it seems to fall away, leaving just the heavy thoughts that come to stay. The whole world holds its breath, it doesn't make a sound on this lonely stretch of hard-won, hallowed ground. Oh, the steel blue twilight, a coat of cool paint for the wandering sinner and the road-worn saint. It's the color of the metal when the workday is through. It's the color of the distance between me and you. A quiet moment suspended, heavy and vast, a beautiful kind of sorrow that was built to last. There's a distant water tower, a lonely steel ghost, a silent beacon for the weary and the lost. The gravel on the shoulder crunches out a low song for a heart that's almost forgotten where it belongs. Each passing road sign is a memory's name, flickering briefly in a dying amber flame. I kill the headlights, let the darkness pour in. Not an end, but a different way to begin. Oh, the steel blue twilight, a coat of cool paint for the wandering sinner and the road-worn saint. It's the color of the metal when the workday is through. It's the color of the distance between me and you. A quiet moment suspended, heavy and vast, a beautiful kind of sorrow that was built to last. Solitude's true grace, a quiet understanding of this time and this place. You learn to see the whole world in a different way at the closing of the curtain on another day. It asks for nothing from you, and it tells no lies. Just shows you the honest truth in its tired, fading eyes. Oh, the steel blue twilight, a coat of cool paint for the wandering sinner and the road-worn saint. It's the color of the metal when the workday is through. It's the color suspended, heavy and vast, a beautiful kind of sorrow that was built to last. Yeah, that steel blue twilight, a promise and a cost, a comfort for the searching and a prayer for the lost. It's the shade of my reflection in the window glass, watching another precious piece of a lifetime pass. Steel blue, country through a pane of glass. Engines a low hum, a constant friend on a road that feels like it will never end. Yeah, the mind goes quiet, the body takes control, just a steady forward motion for a weary soul. This is highway hypnosis down on Route 88, losing track of time in the hands of fate, just a servant to the motion and the forward pull, till your memory's hazy and your senses are dull. The world outside is just a motion blur, and I can't recall the man I even were. There's a billboard flash of a smiling face, selling something I could never own in this place. Then it's back to the darkness and the frecked signs, reading between the faded yellow lines. Did I pass my turn off an hour ago? There's a part of me that doesn't want to know. Just keep on rolling, straight and true, underneath the sky of faded black and blue. This is highway hypnosis down on Route 88, losing track of time in the hands of fate, just to serve to the motion and the forward pull, till your memory's hazy and your senses are dull. The world outside is just a motion blur, and I can't recall the man I even was. The truck's driving you through the heart of a country, lonely and new. Every single seam in the pavements a beat in the endless rhythm of concrete. This is highway hypnosis down on Route 88, losing track of time in the hands of fate, just a servant to the motion and the forward pull, till your memory's hazy and your senses are dull. The world outside is just a motion blur, and I can't recall the man I even were. Yeah, that highway hypnosis, it's a dangerous friend, helps you reach the start by forgetting the end. Just the rumble of a diesel is the only sound, covering another 1,000 miles of ground. Just rolling, yeah, fading out. No. Miles from any station, miles from any town, just the hum of the engine as the sun goes down. My thumb and forefinger on a cracked plastic knob, doing a tired and a hopeful kind of job. Through the static and the hiss, a ghost of a sound, as the needle drags slow across the sacred ground of the AM frequencies, faint and far apart, searching for the signal of a beating heart. Just a twist of the wrist, a slow and patient hand, trying to pull a voice out of this empty land. There's an emberous glow on the radio dial. It's been lighting my way for a long, long while. A faded number for every faded dream, caught somewhere in the spaces in between. Just a whisper of a song, a preacher's fiery plea, lost in the darkness for no one else but me. There's a snatch of a fiddle from a Shreveport stage, then it fades in a whisper like turning a page. There's a salesman selling salvation and a cure for a kind of loneliness that's stubborn and pure. Then a lonely steel guitar crying in the night, flickers for a moment, then gives up the fight. And it's back to the crackle, the pops and the sighs, reflected in the weariness behind my eyes. There's an emberous glow on the radio dial. It's been lighting my way for a long, long while. A faded number for every faded dream, caught somewhere in the spaces in between. Just a whisper of a song, a preacher's fiery plea, lost in the darkness for no one else but me. It's just the proof that someone else is out there feeling what I'm feeling, awake under this moonless dome, 1,000 miles from anywhere that feels like home. And that emberous glow on the radio dial, it's been lighting my way for a long, long while. A faded number for every faded dream, caught somewhere in the spaces in between. Just a whisper of a song, a preacher's fiery plea, lost in the darkness for no one else but me. Yeah, that emberous glow is a faithful, steady friend. It'll be there waiting till the highway's end, through the static of the journey and the engine's drone, a tiny light that tells me I'm not all alone. I read the telegraph strip of this. There's a single blinking yellow light that paints this crossroad gold, and a water tower's iron spine against the growing cold. sign for Edith's missing its final letter. Just another place I passed through, no worse and no better. Through the haze I see the glow from the high school football field. A small town's fleeting glory, honestly revealed. It's just another map dot, a tank of gas, a name to forget. But the ghost of your front porch is in this silhouette. This ain't my town, it's just a place to kill the dark. This ain't my home, just a place I leave my mark. With tire treads and coffee grounds and $1 in a jar, my real life's humming underneath a different distant star. Waiting on a worn-out welcome mat, an anchor for a heart that's built to roam. This is just a one-stop town. It ain't my home. Think about your coffee pot, the way it sighs and steams, and how the morning sunlight spills across the floor in dreams. I see the pencil lines that race the kitchen door frame high, a ladder rung of memories reaching for the sky. I hear the screen door slamming, the sound of summer in the yard, a quiet, simple treasure that I hold when things get hard. This ain't my town, it's just a place to kill the dark. This ain't my home, just a place I leave my mark. With tire treads and coffee grounds and $1 in a jar, my real life's humming underneath a different distant star. Waiting on a worn-out welcome mat, an anchor for a heart that's built to roam. This is just a one-stop town. It ain't my home. Kind of beauty I'm so afraid to lose. Every mile I burn is just a line I have to trace to earn my keep and find my way back to that sacred space. But this ain't my town, just a place to kill the dark. And this ain't my home, just a place I leave my mark. With tire treads and coffee grounds and $1 in a jar, my real life's humming underneath a different distant star. Waiting on a worn-out welcome mat, an anchor for a heart that's built to roam. This is just a one-stop town. It ain't my home. Just a place the lonely know, a temporary harbor where the weary rivers flow. But every revolution of these wheels upon the stone is another promise whispered that I'm coming home. Just a few more miles coming home. red vinyl on a spinning stool. Coffee's burned, but the night is cool. The waitress is leaning, reading a book. Gave me my refill without a second look. The ballast in the neon sign gives a low frequency hum. My fingers trace a coffee ring, my mind is going numb. Fluorescent lights paint everything in shades of pale and stark. Just a lonely island in a sea of dark. Yeah, the whole world's sleeping, or so it seems, lost in their respectable, ordinary dreams. And it's an empty diner under a full moon's light, 1,000 miles from morning in the dead of the night. Just my own reflection staring back from the glass. Another quiet moment that's built to last. There's a beautiful silence in this lonely room. An empty diner under a full moon. The sugar shakers stand in a dusty line, like little soldiers just killing time. Outside my rig is cooling down with ticks and groans. A patient beast of burden made of steel and chrome. The highway's just a ribbon sleeping black and deep. It's got a million promises that it can't keep, but it'll take me where I'm going, no questions asked. While the memory of this moment is forecast. In this empty diner under a full moon's light, 1,000 miles from morning in the dead of the night. Just my own reflection staring back from the glass. Another quiet moment that's built to last. There's a beautiful silence in this lonely room. An empty diner under a full moon. Some people find their solace in a crowded hall, or a whispered prayer before they fall. But I find my kind of grace in the hum and the hiss, in a sacred ordinary place like this. And it's an empty diner under a full moon's light, 1,000 miles from morning in the dead of the night. Just my own reflection staring back from the glass. Another quiet moment that's built to last. There's a beautiful silence in this lonely room. An empty diner under a full moon. Yeah, an empty diner, and that full moon's glow pours in through the window, steady and slow. It don't judge the weary, it don't judge the sin. It just lights up the dust where a new day will begin. Twilight's weak, but it's enough to see a lifetime's worth of history staring back at me. This worn-out circle, polished smooth by time, for every penny earned, for every single dime. There's a gouge from a ratchet that slipped one day in June, and a faded spot that's bleached out by the afternoon moon. Every single groove, a riverbed of miles, beneath the patient pressure of my hands-on files. It's more than just a circle, more than leather, wood, and hide. It's the only book I've ever read and kept here deep inside. These scratches on the steer wheel, a story I can hold, the bitter winter mornings and of stories left untold. A map of every crosswind, every unexpected turn, a testament to every lesson I had to learn. It ain't a thing of beauty, but it knows my soul too well. This silent conversation in the scratches on the steer wheel. The little nick near 10 o'clock, that's ice on Donner Pass. A white-knuckled prayer whispered through the glass. This deeper cut remembers a dropped and heavy chain, a sudden stop that echoed in the pouring rain. And this worn-out spot is where my thumb just rests and rides, watching the horizon where the pavement divides. Each mark a different memory, a different state line sign, a silent witness to this rambling life of mine. These scratches on the steer wheel, a story I can hold, a bitter winter mornings and of stories left untold. A map of every crosswind, every unexpected turn, a testament to every lesson I had to learn. It ain't a thing of beauty, but it knows my soul too well. This silent conversation in the scratches on the steer wheel. Trophy, some men get a plaque. I've got the callous proof that I'm not turning back. This ain't a legacy in stone for all the world to see. It's just the honest measure of the work that's in me. These scratches on the steer wheel, a story I can hold, of bitter winter mornings and of stories left untold. A map of every crosswind, every unexpected turn, a testament to every lesson I had to learn. It ain't a thing of beauty, but it knows my soul too well. This silent conversation and the scratches on the steer wheel. Scratches on the steer wheel. They don't fade away, they just get a little deeper with the passing of each day. They don't ask for forgiveness, and they don't place any blame. They just quietly whisper my forgotten name. My name. Yeah. A story told by hand. ticking starts to slow. The last of the day's momentum lets me go. In the palm of my hand, a familiar chill. The metal has a story that it always tells. One for the ignition, one for the fuel tank cap, one for a toolbox held together by a strap. One smooth and silver, the teeth are dull and old. A promise that was bought, a future that was sold. They don't look like much in the dim cab light, but they're the heaviest thing I hold all night. This is the weight of the key, the burden and the bond of every single mile, from the dusk until the dawn. It's the measure of the diesel, the price of being free. It's the part of this whole engine that is also a part of me. More than steel and brass, it's a promise I must keep. The weight of the keys before I go to sleep. There's a rhythm to the jingle, a low and weary song. When they're hanging from the hook where they belong. And a different kind of music, a sharp and final click. When they turn the lock that says the day is done and lit. They are the last thing I touch when I leave, and the first thing that I reach for when I start to believe that another sun is rising, another load is due, another day of seeing this hard country through. This is the weight of the key, the burden and the bond of every single mile, from the dusk until the dawn. It's a measure of the diesel, the price of being free. It's a part of this whole engine that is also a part of me. More than steel and brass, it's a promise I must keep. The weight of the key before I go to sleep. Every driver knows it, this feeling in the hand, this final act of duty across the sleeping land, to hold the power and the debt, the freedom and the chain. All they're in the cold metal, in the sun and in the rain. This is the weight of the key, the burden and the bond of every single mile, from the dusk until the dawn. It's the measure of the diesel, the price of being free. It's the part of this whole engine that is also a part of me. More than steel and brass, it's a promise I must keep. The weight of the keys before I go to sleep.
settles in your soul. The price you pay for losing just a little bit of control. It's the anchor and the compass, it's a lock and it's a star. It's a heavy beating rhythm of a blue-collar heart. Don't need, just done. Just
lights cast a lonely yellow cone on the canvas and the weathered chrome. Wind's picking up, carrying the smell of rain, whipping at the loose end of a safety chain. One last walk around, a habit and a need to check the silent promise of a silent creed. My hand feels the cold steel, the grit and the rust. A final act of duty, a final act of trust. The darkness is settled, the engine is cold. The last of the day's long story has been told. Pull it tight, make it right in the fading light. Hear the satisfying click in the dead of the night. Everything is settled, every debt is paid and sealed by the quiet understanding on this battlefield. It's a prayer for the morning, a song I'll only sing, pulling on the strap of another day's rain. There's no one here to see it, there's no applause, just the simple steady purpose of the cause. To make sure what you're hauling holds a line of responsibility that's truly mine. This loop of heavy metal bolted to the floor has seen 1,000 endings and it'll see 1,000 more. It doesn't ask for meaning, it doesn't have a name, it just holds on through the fire and it holds on through the flame. Pull it tight, make it right in the fading light. Hear the satisfying click in the dead of the night. Everything is settled, every debt is paid and sealed by the quiet understanding on this battlefield. It's a prayer for the morning, a song I'll only sing, pulling on the strap of another day's ring. It's the promise whisper to the steel and the load that you'll hold the line till you're back on the road. It ain't about the glory, it ain't about the pay, it's about leaving things the right way at the end of the day. Pull it tight, make it right in the fading light. Hear the satisfying click in the dead of the night. Everything is settled, every debt is paid and sealed by the quiet understanding on this battlefield. It's a prayer for the morning, a song I'll only sing, pulling on the strap of another day's ring. Yeah, pull it tight, make it right, let the tension hold. A story written in the brave and in the bold, for the cargo and the journey and the hope the dawn will bring, secured by nothing more than another day's ring. All secured